Welcome student to my channel Educare Maths and Science. Today also discuss the AP from the ML Agrawal 2025 edition 9.3, and this the chapter is exercise is 9.3, and this is 2-1. What is the question? Actually, find the sum given below. This is SN. This is also SN. This is n by 2 bracket 2a. This is a formula আমি লিখে দিচ্ছি but plus n minus 1 into d. These are two formula actually. The first formula is Sn is equal to n by 2 a plus l, and the second is n by 2 2a n minus 1 into d. n minus 1 into d. Two formula. The previous video we just apply the one formula and other. Where the formula is applied on the basis of the given sum, which formula is applied where? That is the very important thing. Here the question is find the sum given below. Find the sum given below. So what is the question actually? Question is 2.1. This is 34 plus 32 plus 30. So this is dot plus 10. Okay, that is the sum. 34 plus 32. So you just calculate, but other way you calculate, this is 34, this is 32, this is 28. Okay, no problem in this arithmetic, but this is a very problem created and time taken. So you just calculate in the form of AP series. You just see these are AP series or not. This is a very important thing, because the very important thing is this. এটা AP তে আছে কিনা দেখো. If this is the first term, A is 34. What is the common difference? D. D is 32 minus 34. So this is minus 2. So D also, D1 also. This is 30 minus 32. You write. So this also minus 32. Oh yes. This is an AP because the common difference are same. First thing is this. Okay. Here is the common difference. The AP series also there. And the last term, this is the last term. This is not the n. This is not the number of terms n. This is the last term actually. The value of the last term. So this is AL actually 10. AL actually 10. So you know in the previous exercise, Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into d. You know the last term, this is the last term. So if you just calculate the sum, very important thing is the two question is formula is there. One is n by 2 bracket a plus l, and one is n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. But in that case, in these two formula, n is important. N is even, both the formula n is there and a is there. There is also a, there is also a. But L is only one place, D is one place. তোমাকে তাহলে nটাকে কিন্তু ফাইন্ড করতেই হবে. You must use these two formula. Without n you cannot calculate the sum. Okay? And without a. D you don't know, use this. L you don't know, use this. But n and a is very fundamental. Okay? So for that reason, you just back to the previous chapter 9.2. You know Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. From there you calculate n. N is number of terms. Okay, for that reason you calculate. So value of Tn is 10. You write. You know a is 34 plus n minus 1 into d. What is the value of d? D is minus 2. You know, no problem. তোমাকে এখান থেকে nটাকে বার করে নিতে হবে. If you know the n, then you put the value here or here, here or here. এখানেও বসিয়ে দিতে পারো. Because you know the first term, you know the last term. What is this last term? But you don't know the value of n. For that reason, I calculate here the n. এইখান থেকে nটা বার করে you put the value here. So in which way n is calculated? the formula is this: Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and you already know a is 34, d is minus 2. From there you calculate easily the value of n. Okay, now this is 10 minus 34, that is equal to n minus 1 into this. Here is this is minus 24, this is minus 2, that is n minus 1, the cutoff. So this is 12, this is 1. So n is 13. N is 13. Clear? N টা তোমার বেরিয়ে গেছে. When the n is coming, then you put their value. The sum বেরিয়ে যাবে. N is very important role. N is 13. Then you put in this formula or maybe this formula. I just use this formula. So Sn, because you know the last term, Sn is equal to n by 2 bracket. Easy calculation. Sn is equal to n is 13. 13 by 2 bracket. A is 34. And L is 10. 13 by 2 into this is 44. So this is cut of 22. 13 into 22. Okay. 13, 22. That is 26. This is also 26. 286. So answer is 286 is the answer. 286. Clear? আমি কিভাবে করলাম? That is very important. Don't to be panic any sum. You see the any sum. এটা দেয়নি, ওটা দেয়নি. This is the series. 34, 32, 30. This is given. This is actually the AP series. But if you just check it, this is the first term. What is the common difference? 32 minus 34. So minus 2. You check it. 30 minus 32. Yes, this is the common difference of same. So it's an AP. No problem. Now, sum of this. The two formula is there. Which formula you apply? You know the first term, you know the last term, you use this formula, but you don't know the value of n. Okay, no problem. Here is, you know the a, you know the d also, but you don't know the value of n. The very fundamental thing, you know the value of n. n টাকে তোমায় বার করতেই হবে in both formula. N is very important. So this is the very important formula. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into 2. From that, you calculate the value of n. Tn means actually the value of the n term. Tn means value of the n term. What is the Tn? This is third term 30. What is the value of the third term in that AP series? Third term value কত? 30. So this is 30 is the Tn. Here is Tn. This is 30. And n টা হচ্ছে 3. Here is Tn, here is, in that case, here is Tn is 32. Tn is 32, but n is 2. Number of term টা হচ্ছে 2. But the value of the second term is 32. Here is the value of the, আমি তো জানি না, I don't know what is the term number, so this is n. But value of this term is 10. এটাকে put করেছি। Value of the term is, value of the n term is 10. Now you just put the value of a and b, you calculate the value n. is, এখানে তুমি n টার্মের ভ্যালুটাকে পুট করে দিয়েছো। You know, তুমি জানো এটা 34 ফার্স্ট টার্ম, কমন ডিফারেন্স দিস, ফ্রম দেয়ার ইউ ক্যালকুলেট দ্য ভ্যালু অফ n। সো সেটাই করেছি, 10 minus 34 করে ক্যালকুলেট করেছি, n টা পেয়ে গেছি। n পেরিয়ে যাওয়া মানে ইউ নো অল দিস থিং in this both formula. Okay, that is very important. Find out n in case of AP. Clear? n টাকে তোমায় বার করে নিতে হবে, put the value here. Now the other sum one for that. The same thing, but the calculation is different. Okay, this is very important. তোমরা বুঝতে পারছো কিনা দেখো, this is very important. এইটাই অনেকে কনফিউজড হয়ে যায়, what is the n term or what is the value of the n term. Suppose here is 12, 15, 18, 21. First term 12, 3, 4, 18. First term, second term, third term, fourth term. কটা term? Third term. What is the value of the fourth term? Value of fourth term. This is 21. Value of the fourth term. That is actually T n, এই যে tn, that means t4 এর ভ্যালুটা কত 21. What is the number of term? n টা কত? n হচ্ছে 4. This is very important. এইভাবে এপিতে 12 3 15 3 18 এটা হচ্ছে ফোর্থ টার্ম। ফোর্থ টার্মের ভ্যালুটা কত? tn, t4 কত 21. বাট হোয়াট ইজ দ্য ভ্যালু অফ n? n ইজ ফোর্থ টার্ম। তাহলে এখানে এটা থার্ড টার্ম, তাহলে n এর ভ্যালু কত? n ইজ 3, থার্ড টার্ম। বাট tn, that means value of the third term, this is 80. This is very clear to you. Okay, এইটা কিন্তু ভালো করে ক্লিয়ার রাখবে, that is very important. Now this is very important. Okay, now what is the sum? This is 2.2. Okay, this is minus 5. Okay, this is plus of minus 8. This is plus of minus 11. Okay, clear? Dot 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 plus of dot 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 plus. This is bracket minus 2. Same problem, same thing, no problem at all. What karo? So this is a is minus 5. So d is minus 8 minus of minus 5. That is minus 8 minus plus 5. So this is minus 3. Is clear? Clear? Okay. So you know the last term, you know the first term, but you don't know the value, number of term n তুমি জানো না। So find out it. For that reason you know tn a plus n minus 1 into d. The value of tn is this, so minus 230. Value of tn, this is a is minus 5 plus, তোমাকে এই ভ্যালুটা বার করতে হবে n, n minus 1, d টা কত? d is minus. No problem. Clear? এবার দেখো, this is minus 230, this is minus 5, this is plus minus minus, this is 3n minus minus plus 3. Minus minus, sorry, plus 3. Okay. So this is 2. This is, এটাকে এরকম ব্র্যাকেট করলেও হয়ে যায়, নো প্রবলেম। এটাকে এদিকে করো, নো প্রবলেম। এটাকে আমরা এদিকে করি। দিস ইজ মাইনাস 230, এটা এদিকে এলে প্লাস, সো দিস ইজ মাইনাস 225, দ্যাট ইজ ইকুয়াল টু n মাইনাস 1 ইন্টু মাইনাস 3। এবার এটা মাইনাস 225 বাই মাইনাস 3, সরি মাইনাস মাইনাস কাপ 225 ডিভাইডেড বাই 3, 7 21 1 15 3 5 15, দ্যাট মিন্স এটা কাট করলে 75 is equal to n minus 1. So 75, এইটা 1 এর দিকে প্লাস 1 is equal to n. So what is the value of n? n is 76. n is 76. n is 76. It's okay? Clear? দেখো tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into the value of tn is this, a is minus 5, n minus, তোমাকে n এর ভ্যালুটা বার করতে হবে, জাস্ট ফাইন্ড আউট দ্য ভ্যালু অফ n, তাহলে এখানে পুট করে দেবে। ইজ ওকে? দ্যাটস ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। তো এবার এটা এদিকে আছে প্লাস, সো দিস অপোজিট সাইড সাবস্ট্রাকশন 225, এটা আছে মাল্টিপ্লাই দিয়ে গেল ডিভিশন, মাইনাস মাইনাস প্লাস, ডিভাইড করেছি 75, 1টা n minus 1 is 75, তো n is equal to 1টা দিয়ে গেল 70। ক্লিয়ার? তো n এর ভ্যালু বেরিয়ে গেছে, নো প্রবলেম এট অল। n is 70। নাও sn এই ভ্যালুটা পুট করো, sn n by 2 a plus n, সাম চেয়েছে, sn ভ্যালু n is কত 76, so 76 by 2 bracket a is what's the value minus 5, l last term, this is minus, so plus of minus 230, so this is actually 38, 38, and this is actually minus, so this is minus 5, so minus 235. So multiply করলে minus 235 and 38, what is the answer? 8930. Multiply করলেই পাওয়া যাবে। This is 235 into আমি আগেই okay, এরকম ভাবে করলে just you multiply and the sign is minus. Okay, 8930. Clear? Clear? So what's the value of the sum of this value? Sn is this. This is the answer. Minus, because the minus multiply করলে 5 আসতে চলে 4 এরকম ভাবে। Okay, so 8930. This is the answer. Clear? So in this way you solve the sum. No problem at all. Clear? কোনখানে কোন ফর্মুলাটা অ্যাপ্লাই হবে? ফার্স্ট ইফ ইউ জাস্ট সি দ্য সাম না, তোমার মাথায় খেলে যাবে ইন হুইচ ওয়ে ইউ সলভ দ্য সাম। দিস ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। দ্যাট ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি দ্য কনসেপশন, দ্যাট ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি দ্য গ্রিপ অফ দ্য ম্যাথস। If you just grip the maths, then all the sums will be okay to you, and don't be panic. So this is the very important. If you just see the sum, this is this, find the sum of this in this way, তুমি এটা দেখলেই দেখার সাথে সাথে তোমার মাথায় খেলে যাবে in which way I solve the sum. The two formula is there, this and this. This is the very interesting. এইখানেই মজা, এইখানেই কিন্তু ম্যাথমেটিক্স এর মজা। Use your brain in which way you solve it. Okay, this is the way. So first এইখান থেকেই দেখা যাচ্ছে these two formula is very important, n is very important. The first thing you calculate n. nটাকে যদি বার করে নিতে পারো, you know the first term, you know the last term, use this formula. If you get the n in this way, you just use this formula also, because you know a, you know d. So both the formula you use, but the very important in these two formula is n is very important. So okay, so this is for today, and calculation that is very important to you. So very carefully you calculate this. Okay, so this is for today. If you just understand this, please share the channel, subscribe the channel. Thank you student. Thank you student. Okay, thank you.